for you guys. And like Rachel asked us to do heart healthy, so that's how we cook anyway. So heart healthy, allergy healthy. Probably about 17 years ago, I started looking into a healthier lifestyle, and we ended up becoming vegetarian. Did a lot of research. I had 3 little kids at the time, so I wanted to do it right. Not only do it right, do it healthy, but do it tasty. They had to enjoy it. And if you wonder about that, my oldest daughter's right over here, Kathy. And she can, if you have any questions afterwards too, I mean, you can ask her she's now an adult, from a kid's perspective of how it was and what it would be like if you needed to take your family through these changes, because it can be hard, it can be intimidating, and it can be a lot of complications with children if you're wanting to make lifestyle changes. But after being vegetarian for a few years, I then started developing some other health issues. I had numbness on half my body. I had lots of pain. I had fatigue, brain fog. Just the list went on, and they were testing me for MS and for lupus, and I was going to all kinds of doctors, couldn't figure it out, and finally they dubbed it, I guess, fibromyalgia, which is what happens if you can't figure out what something is. They put it in the fibromyalgia syndrome category, and I did have all the pain points that they talk about, the pressure points, every single one of them, the pain. And so then we decided, well, we'll just look at fibromyalgia then, and we'll see how can you deal with that. You can't really change it, you just have to deal with it. You have to do your best, be healthy. Exercise is super important, and that's really important for every health issue, the exercise along with the diet. And after dealing with that for a little while, researching, I'm an avid reader, so I will just go to Borders at the time, Barnes & Noble now, and just grab all the books I can and study and research and experiment. I'm kind of a hands-on learner. And after that, went on for a while, then all of a sudden we realized it's not all of a sudden, but he got older, our youngest, when he was about 7 or 8, we really were having some issues with him, behavioral issues. All along though, we had what looked like ADD, we had rebellion, disrespect, even when he was little. And my daughters and I started to realize we were eating healthy, whole wheat everything, grinding our own wheat, making our own bread. But when he would ingest that, literally would climb the walls. I am not kidding you, literally. And so I got some consulting. They said try the gluten-free diet. Again, went to the bookstore, researched it, figured it all out, had to taste good. We went down that road. I decided to do it with him and figured out that that was a problem for me. Some of my symptoms started to disappear. And not all of them disappeared. It was on and off. Ended up going to a a naturopath, and she did a huge study on food allergies on me, through my blood, not just poking and all that. Found out that I have a list as long as my arm of things that I'm allergic to. As long as I stay away from those things, I have no symptoms, no pain, no fatigue, nothing. And I live healthy and happy and energetic. So that just gives you a little example of how food can really make a difference in our lives and our well-being and our thriving instead of just surviving. Because before I felt like I was just surviving. It was hard, I was homeschooling, and it was very difficult. But now, after figuring all that out, it was more like thriving and enjoying life. And through all of the learning and the experimenting, now I'm doing a consulting business where I'm sharing my information with other people so that they don't have to go through all the years of experimenting and research and all that. I can just say, here are your options, this is what I can help you do. And so that's kind of where I come from. My husband and I did do the KIP program. I was the cook for the whole program, and he was the facilitator. So it is a very good program, and we actually just did that last November, I think it was, October, November. I've done about 15 years of cooking classes. My husband is a partner in that aspect also, and he does a lot of lecturing. I do the food part because that's where I love to be and what I like to do. I have 3 criteria for the recipes. The ingredients have to be easy to find. They have to not be super expensive. And they have to be easy, they're sport. They have to taste good. They have to be something that you go, oh, so good. Instead of like, oh, it's good for being healthy, you know. It's like with gluten-free, when I first went gluten-free, I get a cookie. I'm like, well, it's good for gluten-free. It's kind of crumbling in my mouth and it's not very tasty, but at least I have a cookie. And now I have cakes and cookies test in baking for that as well because it has to taste good, right? So we'll get into the food, and I'm going to start down here. I kind of decided to go like picnic-ish because we're kind of getting to the end of winter. It's kind of nice to think about spring, and went with some burgers. The first thing I'm going to show you is sun burgers, and it's something you have to cook on the stove. So I went ahead and did it ahead of time before me. I'm going to make a patty, show you what it looks like, the consistency, but it's a super, super easy recipe. You just take water, Bragg's liquid aminos, and I don't know if you are familiar with them. And you'll also see on the recipe that it says or soy sauce, because this is a lot like soy sauce, but it's not fermented. It has all the amino acids that you need. It's a complete protein. There's no added sodium, but there's naturally occurring sodium. So it has sodium just like soy sauce, just a little bit less. Overall, it's just I feel like it's a healthier product. We use both though. When my husband makes Asian food, he likes to do more with the red layer soy sauce. It's just a little different flavor. But that's what we have in these. We have the Bragg's liquid aminos, dry onions, yeast flakes. Are you guys all familiar with nutritional yeast? Okay, this is what they look like. You can come up and look afterwards. You can look at whatever, touch, feel. You can get these at Natural Grocers. That is the only place I know of besides the ABC Christian Bookstore, which is down on Prescott and 48. Yeah. But they're super good for you. And if you do decide to cut meat out, because we know with heart healthy, cholesterol is a big deal. The only place you get cholesterol is animal products. So if you decide to cut it out completely, you're going to need something like a B12 supplement. These have B12 in them. They also just taste really good, and they have a lot of B vitamins in them. So it's not yeast that you bake with, it's nutritional yeast. And then sunflower seeds, which are super healthy as well, full of vitamin D, monounsaturated fats, a lot high in monounsaturated, which is a good fat, the mono and the poly. And then all you do is you mix that together, put it on the stove, bring it to a boil, and then you dump in 3 cups of quick oats, and let it take it off the stove, let it sit for 20 minutes, and that's really to cool it and just to thicken it. And that's just what it is. So then you just stir it up, and you make it into a patty. Oh, you know what? I mean, this is way too thin. You're going to get to taste the real product, though. I'm not going to make it into a patty because I think I did half a batch of oats and a whole batch of the liquid dough. But that's, that's just so that happens. But it doesn't matter because yours are already made properly. And I'm sure you know how to make patties. So what I do is I take 2 of scoop. I just use 2 of these, make it into a patty, and to me that's the perfect size. You can make them small, you can make them big, thick, however you want them. And it makes about between 11 and 12, depending on the size that you do. And of course, the less that you make them bigger. So that's the patty you're going to do. And we put them on whole wheat bread because whole grains benefit your heart healthy diet as well. You got your fiber and your grains. The oats are in this and in that. Everything here at home I make gluten-free. It's not gluten-free here. The only thing you have to do for this is buy gluten-free oats. If you don't buy gluten-free oats, they're going to be contaminated with wheat. I don't know if Rachel didn't think anybody was gluten-free, but if you have family members or friends that you want to cook for, you just buy gluten-free oats in place of your regular oats. They won't be contaminated with the wheat. So in and of themselves, they don't have gluten. It's just the contamination that is the problem with those. So now we're going to move on to the herb pasta salad. And when you look at the recipe, and if you look at the ingredients up here, what is the main thing that you see that's different about this pasta salad than other pasta salads? Just anything yell out. What do you think? Got any ideas, or do I need to tell you? On the herb pasta salad? Not mine. Exactly. All the vegetables. I don't know if you can see. I like to have a mirror up here, but this is the pasta here in the middle. And these are all the vegetables that go in. It's definitely more vegetables, less pasta. And I did get the whole grain pasta, whole wheat pasta, just to add in that extra health factor. But fruits and vegetables, you go with that and you're going to be good. You're going to be healthy. healthy, feel good, your heart's going to be happy. So we're just going to put these in. This is the whole wheat pasta. This is a half a batch. So if you're wondering how much it makes, this one's a half. This is broccoli and cauliflower. Then we have the carrots. And you'll notice, like it says, sliced or shredded I top. A recipe is just a suggestion, in my opinion. I mean, you can change it however you like. I like my things small. Some people like their things big. And, you know, slice versus chop, who cares? It's whatever you like and how you like for your food to look, how you got the olive, how you like to eat it. Then we have green onions and red bell peppers and artichoke hearts. And I got the ones that are packed in water because you don't really want the extra added fat when they're packed in the oil. Some fats are good, some fats are healthy, and actually a lot of them are, especially in their more natural form like olives and avocados. You might know that avocados have more fiber than an apple. I mean, who would have thought that that mushy avocado was fiber? I never drew reading until I was looking at avocados for a while back. It's like, whoa, because I love avocados. And it is a healthy fat. You don't have to be afraid of them. I mean, you don't want to eat 5 or 10 of them at once, but I eat a whole one sometimes just by myself. And those healthy fats we need for healthy hearts and for healthy bodies as well. If we go completely fat-free, we're going to get sick also. So we're going to stir this up. And then we're going to make the dressing real quick. This is canola oil, and again, we got half that. And I'm going to just squeeze the lemon juice in there. That's going to so we'll just do it like that. And about a half of a lemon will be the amount we want. Squeeze it in there. And then these are all the spices. I did dried basil, oregano, parsley, and salt. Put those in there. You can use fresh. And extra fresh would be even better. And then I'm going to take, it says 1 clove of garlic minced. And this is a half a batch. But I'm still going to mince a clove of garlic because I don't think you can have too much garlic in anything. And garlic is good, very good for you. Good for your immune system. If you get a cold and eat a bunch of garlic, you're probably going to beat it. More than likely. All these things affect our immune system as well, which when we went vegetarian, started eating more healthy, my kids never got sick. They never did. They only saw their doctor for broken bones and stitches, and that was only the boy. So that was the only way our doctor knew who we were even, was because of that. Pour that on. Stir that up, and what you would do at home is you marinate this for several hours or overnight, just like this. And then once you're about ready to eat it, you're going to add tomatoes, and it says wedges, but I don't really like eating a big huge wedge, so I chop them. And plus, I feel like when things are smaller, this is just my opinion, is that they disseminate better, and everybody gets a little bit of everything instead of somebody getting a tomato and somebody else not. So, and then we're going to do half of an avocado, or a quarter of an avocado. It says half. I'm just going to cut the whole half though. And I want to chunk it so that more people get avocado instead of just having slices. So I'm just going to slice it up in here in a grid and then dump it. And it just comes out here nice chunk. I'm going to grab a napkin real quick. Okay. And then stir that. And that's how easy that salad is. Now, it's obviously not going to be that easy when you're making it because you have to chop all that stuff off, and that takes time, but it's worth it. I don't know if everybody can see it, but I just think it's really pretty too. It's a very colorful salad and tasty. I hope you guys all like it. You'll find out here in just a few minutes. And did you have any questions about that? No? Okay. So now we're going to do the deep dish cookie pie. This here, we did a little mistake experiment for you. My mom called yesterday. This was going to be the extra one to display, but my mom called when it was in the oven. And so it cooked a little long, and it got dark. You'll see the difference on the plate when you see the other one. So I had my husband test it, and like, really good still, and had my daughter try it, and she was like, I want more. I'm like, okay, have more. And so now you know if you cook it too long, that it's going to be okay. But if you guys want to try this one, we have lots of extra. You can all try it, and then you can actually decide, do I want to cook it longer, or do I want to cook it this time a lot later? So that's what that is. Okay. This is so easy too. Super easy. These are garbanzo beans, and we have 2 cans. And if you want to cook them from scratch, you can. And I think it would be more like about 2 cans would probably be about 3 cups or a little more, somewhere in there. But for this recipe, I always do it canned. It's easy. You do want to rinse them, and any beans that you buy in the can, you want to rinse. And they have all kinds of sodium, extra sodium, and preservatives. And you'll see when you rinse them that they foam up. And so obviously that's not something good that you want to put in your body. So I just rinse them until the foam goes away, and then drain them. And honestly, I have found with garbanzo beans that Trader Joe's, there's just something better about them. I don't know what it is, and the price isn't that much different. But they seem softer. A lot of times you get garbanzo beans at the regular grocery store, and they're just hard and not chewy at all. And these, I just really like them from Trader Joe's. This is a little shopping tip there, but a lot softer. The sauce is more like a juice instead of just this almost congealed stuff in the other ones. But, so that's just my little preference tip for you. And then we have quick oats. And you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to do something different here real quick. I'm going to put this back because this is what I do at home, and I like it better this way. It doesn't say it on the recipe, but what I do at home is I put the oats in first. Try it real quick so that they don't go all over the place. I like the oats to be more fine, more like a flour. So I do those first, and then blend it up, get it more fine, and then do the rest of it. And then it's not chunky. If you like chunky with your oats, then feel free to do them however. Again, like I said, it's more like a recommendation and some ideas versus it has to be this way. I'm not used to doing this backwards, so bear with me there. Not quite there yet. My other daughter's boyfriend was here, and he put dishes away, so I don't know my little plunger thing is going. I'm glad he put dishes away. That was really good, but he didn't know where everything went. At least it's not a blender, right? Couldn't do that without a blender. Okay, then I'm going to put the garbanzo beans in. And this is dessert, but look how healthy it is. You have all these beans, which we know is good for your heart. You have the fiber, you have the folate, all kinds of good things in there. And then we're going to put in, you have the oats, your grain. Now we're putting applesauce, and this takes care of some of the oil. We're still going to put a little bit of oil in there, but applesauce is a good substitute for oils in your recipe. And you guys see the amounts on there. I should be showing them for you, but I should see on your recipes there. And then this, I'm going to put my vanilla in. I like to put my baking soda. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to cook it right now, but my baking soda and my baking powder in last when I'm baking, especially gluten-free, and I'm typically doing this gluten-free. Only thing with this, again, is the oats. You have to switch out the oats. And with the pasta, you're probably wondering how do you do that. There's all kinds of gluten-free pastas. There's corn, there's rice, there's quinoa, there's all kinds of gluten-free pastas. Again, Trader Joe's way best price on that. They have corn pasta, and it's a lot cheaper than anywhere else. Vanilla, 2 teaspoons. sugar, as you can see, and it sounds like a lot. You can get a lot of servings out of these deep dish cookie pies. And I did this one, and I typically do them in a 10-inch spring form pan. I've also done it in this, which is an 8-inch deep dish, and it works great in that as well. You do your 10-inch, and you're going to get more servings out of it. This is if you like it to be really deep, then do a little bit smaller pan. I have experimented with other sugars. People who aren't used to less sweet, you want to just do the full sweet, and it's wonderful. It's really good. The last time I made it with palm sugar and agave nectar, and it turned out really good. We had company that I didn't know I was having, but they still liked it. My husband likes it, I can deliver. So just experiment with it. And then I'm going to put in this is the baking powder, the baking soda, and the salt. And blend that up. Takes a minute to pull it down. Help it a little bit. This is really the longest part of this recipe, is just the mixing. It doesn't take that long, but as much as recipe can do too. But really that doesn't matter. What matters is the final product, right? And I do clean it up anyway, so. Anybody has any questions, they can holler them at me now if they want to. You can see it starting to mix up down here. You have to break those oats down, the beans down. If you're going to do healthy cooking, it is a good idea to invest in a good blender and a good food processor, because you do a lot of blending and a lot of processing. You don't have to. I mean, you can do your fruits and vegetables, and of course our food in its whole form is the best and the healthiest. Now you can see it going. Now that it's set out, let me just scrape it one more time around the edges. This again, I think, is preference, because to blend it really well in this recipe that I got here, I do it super, super well, because I want it to be nice and smooth. At home I might even do it longer. And the sugar we are using here is actually beet sugars, not cane sugars. I can't have cane sugars, so that's just naturally what I buy. And that's also why I experiment with all the other sweeteners and things like that. Take this out and scrape it off first. We're going to put this into a bowl to add the chocolate. You could do chocolate chips, which is what it says. I don't really buy chocolate chips because of all the food allergies. And so I get a chocolate bar from Trader Joe's. Again, it has no dairy. Pop that in there. Has no dairy and no cane sugar. And it's really good. You won't even be able to tell when you eat the cookie pie like that. You guys can tell me if you can tell. But it actually tastes like a milk chocolate, which was always my favorite before. We can't have that anymore. We're just dairy to it. It's a good idea not to have dairy in a heart-healthy diet anyway, because it's, again, an animal product, and you're going to have the cholesterol. But for me, it's food allergy. those in. I just pop it up and make chocolate chunks instead of chocolate chips. You become very resourceful when you can't have a lot of food. And then that's all there is to it. Then you dump it into your pan, whatever you're going to do, and I did lightly oil that. A lot of times I'll put oil in, I'll brush it around with a brush, and then I'll even a lot of times take a paper towel and go over it again just to get up some of the extra, because you don't need a lot, especially if you have non-stick and stones. I'm just a little nervous still. I don't want anything to stick, so I still put a little bit on there. All right, and then you just bake that for 35 minutes, and it's good. Unless you want to bake it for a really, really long time and it gets brown. I don't even remember how long it was. I have no idea how long that took for, but the fact that it tastes good, I think, is still a good benefit, right? And you guys can test it for yourself. So that's the recipes that you're going to be trying. Any questions at all? You can ask questions after the taste too. Yes.
I've been reading a lot of articles and things that are in favor of like using grapeseed oil. What are your thoughts on that versus the canola and whatever else you're using here?
Grapeseed oil is really a good one. It has a lot of benefits to it as well. I like it along with the olive oil. Like I kind of see those equal, and we use both of those when we're sautéing, cooking high heat. We actually use coconut oil a lot now too because it has a very high heat threshold, and so that's really good for cooking at the high heat, frying. You don't do a lot of frying, but like if you're frying, not frying, but like stir frying your vegetables, you know. And then sunflower seed oil I really like too. That's one of my preferred oils because it's really high in vitamin E and it's very high in your monounsaturated fat. And canola oil is too, but sunflower actually beats it out. So we did use canola oil on these because that's what the recipe called for. But
okay.
Yeah, I keep rapeseed oil myself too.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. Any other questions? Okay, so.
All right, well, I guess we can all take some samples here, and we can plate some more. We thought we'd have about 40, so I don't know how many people we have today, but we can get out some more samples if we need to. So go ahead and help yourselves over there.
And if you do like the